I'm 33 years old. I have a 17-year-old son who goes to Saunders, who's not here today because if I said that, then we would know, and that wouldn't be good for anybody, I guess. So starting way back, again, I didn't plan this because I just want to talk to you guys from my heart. I have a very strong passion for Indigenous youth and young adults. Firsthand, I know what it's like, for sure. I grew up in Kettle and Stony Point, which is near Grand Bend, about 20 minutes outside of Sarnia. Moved to London when my mom got breast cancer, and we were also sent here. My first home in London was a Nova Women's Shelter when I was about 11, 12 years old, and we had to be under victim services. So moving here, I didn't have an education, I wasn't going to school, I was the older sister taking care of my little brother. My mom had addiction problems, and I really didn't see myself going very far, but I knew that I wanted to. I knew that I had drive. So finding little bits and people along the way that believed in me and that helped me and pushed me to do that. So I had my son, and I waited a long time until I could put myself in my own path, because I knew I had to care for him. So at the age of 29, I decided to write my GED test, because by grade 7 I was charged with truancy. I didn't go to school because I was taking care of my mom and my brother. So I had a level of grade 7, and then I did not go back to school until I was 29. Again, I'm 33. I attempted to go to Clark Road one time while I was breastfeeding, and I was heavily bullied because back then there was a teen pregnancy, so I ended up leaving. I wrote my GED test the first time and I failed, of course. I failed miserably on math. I don't do math, that's why I'm in social work. So, I thought, okay, maybe education is probably not for me considering I'm not good with the books. So I tried again. I wrote the GED test and I passed it, and I was super excited. I've never seen someone so excited to receive a certificate or a piece of paper that said they had their grade 12, that I actually framed it for a while there. And to me, coming from where I come from, which some of you already know similar situations, is that was a big accomplishment because we know how hard it can be to go through school, to set our life aside and put ourselves first, to advocate for ourselves. We're very used to being silenced and pushed down. We're having to take care of so many other things that we just don't even know what we're doing with our own selves. And then to be a teen mom on top of that. My mom died of cancer in 2008, and after that I vowed to myself that I would be someone and be something, especially for my son. So I wrote that GED test, passed the second time. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go into nursing. I'm gonna help people like my mom, because she was heavily discriminated against in the healthcare system as an Indigenous woman, and I saw that firsthand. Again, when she passed away in 2008, she had cancer for 8 years, and that wasn't even as big as it was now, so that was difficult. So I thought that I would go into nursing. I applied at Fanshawe. I got in, I was like, yay, I'm gonna be a nurse, and I went through my very first breast cancer scare. I realized very quickly, nursing is not for me. I don't want to be in the hospital, I don't want to wear scrubs, and I don't want to work overnight, ever. So, I just also realized that was just too heavy of a place for me. So I went back to my drawing board where I thought, okay, I spent 3 months really focusing on my own mental health, coming out of that, working through my fears of cancer and grieving over my mother. And that's where I decided that I would enter Fanshawe's social service worker program, which is their 2-year program. So I entered, I got into it. Oh no, sorry, I'm missing a whole step. I went to HSF first. I applied at HSF, Human Service Foundation, to help me figure out what I wanted to do, so I went into that. I met a professor who was that one person who kind of believes in you along the way that I was saying that you need. I left my verbally abusive relationship at the same time that I was mid in this program, because I realized again that I was not advocating for myself, and I wasn't putting myself first yet again, and I was doing exactly what my mom did. We are still friends to this day, but I knew I had to put myself first, and that meant leaving that relationship as hard as that was, and now knowing what love is and what isn't. So I left that. I had a moment where I thought that I was going to have to drop out of college because it was so hard. But I knew I had to, or I was going to fail either way, because I was being verbally abused, and I realized that as soon as I was doing something good for myself, people were again pushing me down. I ended up graduating that program with a 4.0 on the President's Honor Roll, and let's mind you, thank you. I didn't go past grade 7, so I don't know how I did it. It was really hard, guys, like super hard. I had to set everything aside and just focus on school, and it felt like, oh my God, I have to do this for a year. Oh my God, I have to do this, but I did it. And then I entered the social service worker program, and that was where things were really hard. By this time, I was now a year not working, or working part-time, because you obtain your native funding to go to school, which wasn't enough. I received 2 hydro notices. I had my hydro cut off 1 time. I had my roof cave in, couldn't afford that. Our landlords needed the home back, so there was an eviction notice, so we had to move. There was a lot of things that stepped in my way. And then to boot, I just graduated in May, by the way. So I was in my 2nd year while the strike was happening. So if that wasn't challenging enough, I don't know what it was. So with everything that kept coming at me, obstacle after obstacle, I had to keep reminding myself why I was here. And I'm at this point today, and if I don't keep going, I'm not going to be anything. And unfortunately, I had to go through this in order to be where I am at today. So I graduated the social service worker program, like I just mentioned, and I received my diploma, and walking across the stage, the first person I thought about again was Natalie Fletcher, because she was a huge support in my education journey in the First Nations Center, and it was a really big moment. But my diploma sits on a desk face down in my room. And I get emotional when I say that. Just like the gentleman spoke about his uniform and how he wasn't going to wear that, or how he spoke to, it's not a bragging thing, it's a proud thing. And it's funny because I never wanted to brag. I also want a scholarship. So I have a certificate, a diploma, and a scholarship, and I didn't even hang them. I didn't post them anywhere, I didn't brag about it, because I felt like it was wrong. So last week, after speaking with Natalie, I decided to hang my diploma because what she had said to me really hit home. I had to go through Western education and society in order to obtain that diploma, in order to get a job and be where I'm at now. So with all that said, I don't have any quotes to tell you. I don't have anything other than from my heart and spirit is talking to you right now, saying that I fully understand obstacles and challenges. I understand what it means to be young. I understand what it means to maybe be a teen parent, to not have parents, to deal with parents with addictions, to take care of your younger sibling, and to, regardless of what's going on, to keep going through school. I applied it at LOSA 2 weeks after I finished my program at Fanshawe, and I didn't think that I would get it. They called me back for my 2nd interview and hired me 2 hours later and offered me that position. So I'm now at LOSA's Indigenous Advocacy Worker and Anti-Human Trafficking Coordinator. It's a really empowering role. I also have my circle here every Friday at Fanshawe at the First Nations Center from 1 to 3, where I'm just trying to empower young Indigenous girls and women, because you guys really are the future, and you guys have a lot of strength, and you're sacred women. And there's a lot about you guys that you guys have a lot to offer. So helping you build your own voices in your own way in life, or trying to be that person who's maybe that small little voice that I had or didn't have along the way, saying, hey, you can do it. It's one of those things, and I'll keep trying to do that. I work with survivors, I work with women in shelter, I work directly with Indigenous women on and off reserve. And I'm telling you, you guys are the strongest women I've ever met. You guys have a lot going for yourself. And I'm just here, and I'm so grateful to be here to tell you that you can do it regardless of what's pushing you down or making you silent. And please find your voice and learn to use it, because it'll save you. Very much.